your TV sounds funny in the evening, you're watching live from Studio 6B on Real America's Voice.
All right, it is live from Studio 6B, Real America's Voice, on a Thursday night. Man, week is flying by. 8 p.m. on the East Coast. Glad you're in, everybody. Slick Rick sitting right there is going to do some sports. Rick Delgado's doing the news. Aaron and Fred holding it down, as always, on a Thursday night. Real America's Voice and across the airways of 103.9 LI News Radio. Welcome in. Slickster, how are you?
I'm doing good, big day. I spent a lot of the day out in the sun today. I got a button on my shirt, man. I was sweating for my life. I told Delgado I did something for the school, which was nice, an event representing the chamber. But we ended up outside for 3 hours, and it was very hot. And I'm wearing this suit. I was not dressed properly. So you asked me how I was doing. I'm hot.
Well, it's nice in here. It's freezing in here.
It's gorgeous in here. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Hi.
Okay, very good. Well, you were doing your duty.
Yeah,
doing
of
good
course.
work.
I love the school, and
So you could suffer through a little heat for a little bit.
Exactly.
Yeah, suck
Plus,
it up.
you're like, I mean, what are you, like 5'6", 100 pounds? I mean, the heat can't bother
Yeah,
you
you're
that
about
much.
right. I'm about 5'6". I'm more than 100 pounds, though. Yeah.
Well, the heat doesn't bother you that much, right?
No, you know why? Because
Why?
I'm cool. Because I'm cool.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I mean, you're as cool as cool.
You know,
as
that guy's arrogant. Please. I know, I'm like,
other side of my pillow. So, yeah.
That's right.
All right, very good. Slick's going to have some sports. Anything big coming up in sports tonight?
Yeah. Actually, California School Board has voted to ban trans athletes in women's sports,
Where?
girls' sports. In California. That's the irony of that story. I couldn't believe that one. School Board.
Oh.
Yeah, and Michael Phelps is teaching the Baltimore Ravens how to swim, some of the players.
I saw that.
That was pretty cool. Yeah.
I saw that clip. That boy still got it.
And Delgado picked up on one Atlanta Falcon quarterback with his name incorrectly spelled on a chyron.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Delgado's here, and I introduced him in the intro, but I was debating whether that should. Me and Aaron were having a big powwow before the show, and debating whether that should even be allowed, given what his behavior tonight has been before 8 o'clock. Right, Slick?
What does that even mean?
Oh,
No,
this is
you
a
know what it
classic.
means.
This is a classic.
Why don't you go? Why don't you have it with you?
It's Thursday night shirt night.
No, I know that. That's fine. The other thing makes the shirt look like there's nothing wrong with it.
He's skirting the
There's
issue.
nothing wrong with it.
Yeah, stop skirting the issue.
Yeah, come on.
There's no issues being skirted.
Well, how did you?
Stop beating around the box. Yeah.
Aaron's with me on this. And yeah. How did you arrive this evening with your computer?
As I always do.
In
with
your
it
box
firmly stashed in its container.
And
safe.
Now what does the box have?
What do you mean?
Well, what do you mean? You know exactly what I mean.
Oh, you mean the
box has changed.
The edition.
Uh-huh.
Would you like to see the edition?
Yes, I think you should show the audience since you have total disregard. Who bought you the bag? Sherry Merrill?
Sherry
Yeah.
Merrill.
Oh, Sherry, just go do something. Don't just turn your eyes for a second, because
Turn your TV off.
So sorry. I apologize.
Put on Looney
course.
Tunes.
These guys, they don't see because they hate the earth, and they want to, just discard everything because they deem it non-usable.
Get out of here.
I decided, you know what? I'm going to keep my box as its transportation to keep my computer
Not
safe.
use Sherry's bag that she bought you. So nice.
Not yet. You've seen my jeans. You know why. And I took my box, and today I went shopping, Damon. I went shopping. I got myself a little blankie for my couch.
Yeah.
That I can snuggle up with when I'm a little chilly and watching TV.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it came wrapped with straps.
Yep.
Oh.
With these fabric straps. And as I'm packaging my new blankie, I noticed that the straps were Velcroed together.
Right.
So I'm like, oh, look at this. This is interesting. I was about to cut it all, which would have made the straps completely useless. But then I discovered the
good start.
the Velcro, and I thought, I can reuse this somewhere. And I discovered exactly where just before I left my place. Mm-hmm. I attached them
Let me tell you something.
to my box.
That box looks like you're strapped financially. That's what it looks like.
I work for this show, so that would be a confirmation of such.
HP stands for how poor.
Yeah. I'm just at a loss. I'm at a loss for words.
I've
This is
taken the
incredible.
straps, I've attached them to the box.
And he walks in with this on his shoulder tonight.
Now,
Yeah, proud of it.
I've actually made myself more
That is an ugly purse.
I can just throw it over my shoulder if need be.
Ugly purse.
Freeing up hands in case I need to defend myself coming out of the studio.
Nice.
As the audience has already picked up on, it's just lame.
I think it's added longevity. It's another color scheme to my box.
Total disregard.
Just terrible.
There you go.
Yeah, thank you, Aaron. Total disregard for poor Sherry.
No, it's not. It's not.
Yeah.
No, it is.
I told
Instead
you.
of offending, that's an offending.
This
yeah. You got her.
This is what I do. I have something and I will use it until you can't use it anymore. I will beat it to
total
death.
douche. Give me a break. That's exactly right.
That's exactly what Aaron called me when I walked in.
I think I said it 8,000 times.
That's exactly.
And then I said you were a twin pack.
That's exactly right. Yeah.
So this is my new my box. I think it's going to help elongate its life, and I look forward to displaying it on Friday when people come to the warehouse.
Not resourceful. Who put that in the chat?
I'm very resourceful.
Here's news.
He has no source. He's not full and no sources. Yeah, he's
So
not
there you have
resourceful
it.
at all.
Be jealous if you'd like, Damon. That's okay.
No, well, don't worry. I'm not.
Man.
I'm not. If Sherry bought me that bag, why don't you just give me the bag? I have a laptop. I'll use it.
I could give you the bag if you'd like it. It has my name on it.
Your initials and name on it because she really put a lot of thought into it.
No, eventually I'm going to use that bag. It's just once my box has run its course, its life, it's over, I'll transition my my computer to the new bag.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad the audience is with me on this one. Shame on Delgado. That's correct. So
I think that's I think you're wrong.
You don't look a gift horse in the mouth and send it away.
Exactly right. So
come on.
What's coming up in the news, Delgado? Well, Brian Glenn's going to join us.
Yes.
Wow,
He was going to join us at 8, but the plane was late getting to Atlanta. Not Atlanta. Where are they?
Alaska. It's close.
Alaska. Close.
Yeah.
Alaska.
It starts with an A.
Duh.
They have good air conditioning there.
And so he's going to join us at 9, and we'll set the scene. Set the scene for President Trump tomorrow. And I mean, I don't know. I think if people want to set their expectations, we were discussing internally today all of this, kind of the calendar and the times and the this and everybody's how late is the joint conference going to go? Press conference. Let's hope there is one. Let's hope there even is one. I mean, did you hear President Trump this week? I'll know in the first 2 minutes. He said it about 3-4 times. He said it again today in the Oval Office, taking questions after his Social Security presser. Man, the guy he had at Social Security, is that guy impressive or what? Holy cow,
no
what
doubt.
he's doing already.
Thank God.
He's only been there for about 100 days. We'll get to that too. But President Trump said it again today. I'll know in the first 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes whether I think that I'm wasting my time and I'm getting my chain jerked here by the old KGB agent or not, and whether he's really here to make a deal. And I don't put it for 1 second past the president if he thinks he's getting jerked around and he's getting used on the world stage as some kind of a. I don't suspect he'll get up, say sayonara, and get the hell out of there.
Yeah.
Yep. I bet you will.
Just like Reagan did.
He's not going to be one to rub noses with the Russian president if he doesn't think he's going to get a deal. And he's done it before.
And I keep going back to what I talked to John. I was thinking about it today more, the backdrop of the last time these two guys were together. And you think about that situation. Think about some of these wretched, horrid press, fake, phony, wannabe press reporters who are up there asking him questions in front of the Russian president about things that they knew, most likely knew, were not true as far as the 2016 election, asking him in front of the Russian president to, basically comment on Russia trying to cheat to help him, which, of course, now we know was not even the case.
Right.
And he said at the time, well, we don't know that that's true.
Yeah. Because they were saying, so you're going to take his word over the word of our intelligence agencies?
Exactly.
And he was like, well, we haven't seen anything that says they are doing it. And he was right. And he was correct in calling out the intel agencies because they were all in the loop in terms of trying to run this team effort against him for a phony Russian collusion hoax.
And here's what that sounded like. See if we have some audio here, Aaron.
No.
Nothing? Really? Okay. Well, I have the clip of this guy asking Trump about it, but I guess it's not playing. So, but yeah, think about the backdrop the last time they were in Helsinki, and think about all the stuff that's coming out right now in the last 3-4 days from these crooked bastards that we know now. It really is amazing. So, president goes into this in a much different situation. And I don't put it past him to. He's not going to sit there and do an all-day affair and then have some joint press conference if he does not think there's something there. If they have not agreed, as he said today, the second meeting. He actually said today he wants the second meeting to actually be in Alaska while they're there.
Right.
If the first meeting is not going to lead to the second meeting.
In other words, it sounds like he's got Zelensky on speed dial. Like, all right, get your ass on a plane and get here. This is getting done now with you or without you.
That's very possible. I don't know what the president meant by that, where Zelensky's going to be. I mean, Zelensky and his people are already saying, well, there's no land swap that we're going to agree to. But we'll see what happens when the time comes. Still no sound. Great. Right,
Helen Evans on Facebook. Love the box, Delgado. It's called Repurposed Genius. She says I'm a genius, Damon.
Who's that? Your mom?
Helen Evans. No, my mom's name is Anna.
Oh, Anna. Okay.
His mother wouldn't say that.
Yeah, for sure. Exactly.
Hey.
Exactly right.
Patty Evans says, I love those Velcro straps, too. You are inventive and earth-friendly.
Cousin Billy in the
thank
chat.
you, Patty Evans.
You told me, Slick, slap the guy next to you.
Here's the clip the last time the president was with the Russian
denounce
president.
what happened in 2016, and would you warn him to never do it again?
So let me just say that we have two thoughts. You have groups that are wondering why the FBI never took the server. Haven't they taken the server? Why was the FBI told to leave the office of the Democratic National Committee? I've been wondering that. I've been asking that for months and months, and I've been tweeting it out and calling it out on social media. Where is the server? I want to know, where is the server, and what is the server saying? With that being said, all I can do is ask the question. My people came to me, Dan Coates came to me, and some others. They said they think it's Russia. I have President Putin. He just said it's not Russia. I will say this. I don't see any reason why it would be, but I really do want to see the server.
Yeah. And guess what? He was exactly right.
Yep.
He was exactly right at the time. All right, live from Studio 6B, 13 past the hour, just getting started. Lots to do on a busy Thursday. Brian Glenn joins us live from Alaska at 9 p.m. Sports with Slick, news with Delgado, all coming up.
Ron Klein. Slick Rick, have you noticed your mustache and goatee looks like the Tesla emblem? Really looks nice. I think Elon should pay you about $1 million, and my commission is only $12,000. Ron Klein, he's my agent. Come on.
That's funny. It's funny because it's true.
It's true. Well, you get the point. Let's see. Somebody was upset with Damon, giving you a hard time.
What else is new?
Who was it?
Kathleen McCoy on Facebook. Delgado, I'll take two of them cases there.
Here we go.
Genius. I've been called genius twice now.
Hit me with it, Slick.
And you know what they called Michael, what's his face? They didn't call him genius. They called him, what, penis, the guy in the Falcons?
Michael Penix.
Pens.
Oh, okay.
I think they called them pens.
No.
No.
Penis.
No, they called it was on the Chiron. It
was on
penis.
the Chiron. It says penis.
Yeah.
Really? I thought it said P-E-N-S.
No, it was earlier today.
No.
No.
Oh, really? I looked at it quick.
Well, Kate Gazaway, 6,900. Reduce, reuse, recycle. Love it. Why is Damon always so snarky? It gets old.
Snarky? You have never seen Snarky. Get a clue.
There. He's a little snarky right now.
There you go. Har, har, Damon.
Har, har. You might be onto something, Delgado. Look at Mr. V, 1961. Rick Delgado, I reuse Velcro straps from Med Boots for belts. Work great. No belt buckle rub on the gut.
Debbie Stockford says, when the horse is dead, Delgado, it's time to dismount.
Oh. No. It's time to triple down. You should know that by now.
So not classy. Cowboy up. See, that's why I won't, because the Cowboys. I hate the Cowboys.
Cow turds now. That's the official new name on the show.
Well, we got the cow. Somebody was Lisa Pose, I believe. She asked if we got the cows, which we did. We got the Lisa Spose. We got the cows last week. Big day, right?
Yeah, we got the cows. I got my cow. Where's my cow?
Right?
Oh, you know what? I left my cow at home.
Oh my God! What are you gonna do with that now?
I forgot to bring it back because I still have not got.
That's gonna be his container of milk now.
I'm still waiting for my my display so I can put up all my toys.
Right. Damon should put Delgado in the trunk. Replace Paul.
Hey.
Poor Paul.
That's not nice.
$17 past the hour, live from Studio 6B. I was listening to I was actually watching all kinds of news today. I was on X for a while, watching some clips of the Democrats still jabbering about D.C. It really is. You sometimes stop and wonder. I mean, again, and then you think, oh yeah, I remember how do they get any votes? But you have to wonder sometimes how the Democrats get any votes. When you look at what they stand for, they stand for crime over safety. Mm-hmm. They stand for criminals over the citizens. They stand for Hamas over Israel. Yep. They stand for illegals over citizens. They stand for fraud over truth. They stand for crime in D.C., murder rates. They stand against bringing it down and making it better because the guy's name is Trump who's doing it. Like when you actually stop and think about the things they support, what they're for, not necessarily what they're against, what they're for. They're for Hamas. Yeah. They're for anti-Semitism. They're for crime. They're for criminals. They're for illegals. What else can you add to the list of the things they're for? Sometimes you just wonder. It's truly amazing, this party, how they ever think that they're for men and women's sports. They're for every 97-3 issue. They're on the 3. Yep. And they act like the 3 is 100. It's truly stunning.
Well, when you've had the media in your back pocket, kind of,
But they're for them too, by the way. Media. The media is for all of the same stuff.
Well, that's what I'm saying, because you've got the media, who's basically your blowhorn for every stupid idea you have, and making you believe that, oh, this is where the country is now. That's what they've been using the media for, to say this is where we are now. This is what you're supposed to believe. And most of the sheep that are Democrats will just follow along because they want to feel like they're important and they feel like something. Meanwhile, they don't critically think. They don't know. They don't understand what supporting criminals actually means to them personally. They just go along with it because they throw away any common sense because they're adhering to the party. It's a cult. When you stop and think about it, that's when you talk about 97.3, Dame, you're talking about cultish type of activity. They would stand there and say, yes, keep pumping me full of drugs because they told me to do it. That's why, because this guy is bad. He says not to do it, or actually make your own decision, do your own research, and then decide if that's right for you. No. We have to listen to our masters who tell us, take the drugs, take this, take the crime, take the rape, take the kids abducting, take all that stuff, take the men and women's sports, and that's supposed to be where everybody is. And they look at everybody else like they're crazy for not succumbing to the will of their masters. It's amazing. It's Operation Mockingbird, basically. This is the result. When you have that many people following along with their head just like bobbing up and down like a Dallas Cowboys fan, whatever you say, Jerry, that's what happens. I'm kidding, Slick. But
abortion on demand, add that. They're for abortion on demand as well.
Yeah. They're all nuts.
Terrible.
It's pretty crazy. So John Solomon put an article out.
Another one? Oh, this guy.
No, this is a couple days ago on James Comey and his media mole, as they called him. And the opening paragraph of that article said the following: Columbia University law professor Daniel Rickman admitted to FBI agents in interviews he routinely communicated on behalf of James Comey, his longtime friend, with Times reporter Michael Schmidt, whose work was among the newspaper's 2018 Pulitzer-winning stories on Russia election interference, which we know was a bunch of nonsense now. The goal, Rickman told the FBI, was, quote, to correct stories critical of Comey, the FBI, and to shape future press coverage outside of the Bureau's official press office, according to internal FBI memos that current Director Kash Patel delivered to Congress this week. Here is James Comey back in 2017 answering questions from Senator Chuck Grassley and reading John Solomon's report this week and going back and looking at this video. I would say this is going to be one of the many problems that James Comey has here in the very near future of asking questions about how truthful his answers were at the time. Let me remind you of this.
Director Comey, have you ever been an anonymous source in news reports about matters relating to the Trump investigation or the Clinton investigation?
Never.
Why?
Never.
Wow. He's affirmative on that.
Not according to his friend.
Two relatively related. Have you ever authorized someone else at the FBI to be an anonymous source in news reports about the Trump investigation or the Clinton investigation?
No.
Now, I just read you the opening two paragraphs that the guy literally says exactly what Grassley's question is what he did.
Has any classified information relating to President Trump or his associates been declassified and shared with the media?
Not to my knowledge.
Lie. That's three.
You testified before the House Intelligence Committee that a lot of classified matters have ended up in the media recently. Without getting into any particular article, I want to emphasize that, without getting into any particular article, is there an investigation of any leaks of classified information relating to Mr. Trump or his associates?
I don't want to answer that question, Senator, for reasons I think you know. There have been a variety of leaks. Well, leaks are always a problem, but especially in the last 3 to 6 months. And where there is a leak of classified information, the FBI, if it's our information, makes a referral to the Department of Justice, or if it's another agency's information, they do the same, and then DOJ authorizes the opening of an investigation. I don't want to confirm in an open setting whether there are any investigations open.
I want to challenge you on that because the government regularly acknowledges when it's investigating classified leaks. You did that in the Valerie Plame case. What's the difference here?
Well, the most important difference is I don't have authorization from the department to confirm any of the investigations they've authorized. And it may be that we can get that at some point, but I'm not going to do it sitting here in an open setting without having talked to them.
My only question will be, and I'm not trying to be a Debbie Downer here, I think he's a lying scumbag. That said, what was the date of this question and answer with Congress when he said it versus when did he talk to his guy that shared that information with the New York Times? If he's testifying before he actually did that, then he's telling the truth. You know what I mean?
Oh, I think it's after.
It could be.
I'd almost bet I bet dollars to donuts it's after.
Yeah, that would be my only question, just to know the dates.
Yeah, I don't have the exact date on that questioning, but I'm sure we could figure it out. But I mean, do you think it's coincidence that Grassley's questions are literally?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They always say, don't ask questions unless you already know the answer.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah, attorneys.
Grassley knows
exactly
the answer.
Right.
Yeah.
That's exactly right.
And I'm wondering if Comey, because he's an attorney and they like to play word games, it's like if Grassley needed to ask other questions worded a certain way to kind of corral him into where he can't lie. You know what I mean? Instead of just asking, did you share? Were you part of any conversation? Because he might have thought, well, I didn't share it, but I was having a conversation and inadvertently may have, you know what I mean? Stuff like that. The way scumbag lawyers play is the way Comey is. You could tell.
All right, sports and news coming back when we get back, and then we'll talk to Brian Glenn, 9 o'clock. Coming up live from Studio 6B. Trying to find the date of that.
What's going on in the chat? Oh, super chat. Hold on. Look out.
Holy moly, I totally forgot. You know, it's because we got sucked up into some of this other stuff here.
I got one here. Deuceade, could look like Doucheade. Deuceade, 6868, $5. Delgado, please tell the aliens to use the probe and not the cardboard box that it came in.
Chat live in the chat. Rumblers, howdy do?
How you doing?
Howdy do?
Ron Klein wants a headshot.
I think it was May 2017.
When Comey
he testified?
Wow, that was a while ago.
So that was well after, I believe.
Because he was fired right after that.
That happened in 2016.
Right? Wow. He was fired right after that.
He was fired in 18, right?
No, he was fired like 4
17?
months in. I think right after that.
Mm.
Because I remember they said, why'd they wait, 4 months to fire him? Why didn't they fire him on day one?
How's Bongino doing? We hear anything from him? No quiet, right?
2017 testimony to the Senate Judiciary Committee. Yeah.
Ordinary passenger in the Rumble chat says Grassley wouldn't have asked if it was before. Good question. Good catch, actually. Yeah, we said that because usually you don't ask a question unless you kind of know the answer. You want to get this guy on record. So, good catch. Good catch, nonetheless. Eh?
Hey.
It's me speaking Canadian.
Hey, you Oza.
Howdy, Twixers. Everybody in the Twix chat.
Everybody in the club.
And Miller.
30 minutes past the hour, live from Studio 6B, Real America's Voice, across the airways of 103.9 LI News Radio. Slick's going to do sports here in a second. Delgado's going to do headlines. Aaron and Fran holding it down as always. Well, the original Crazy Town was in front of a microphone today, and she was talking about D.C. and how this is just made up. This is a made-up situation with crime in D.C. It's not as dangerous as anyone thinks. It's not. You don't have to worry about getting carjacked in D.C. You don't have to worry about walking around at dusk or even at night, or, I mean, realistically, even during the day. The criminal gangs there are so brazen. They don't care what time of day it is, number one. But here she is, the original Crazy Town, Mad Max. Let's see what she has to say.
We know that this president would love to call martial order and to say that he's protecting the citizens against us, those that he had deemed are part of DEI, diversity and inclusion and all of that.
Yeah,
but what you heard today was California organized. What you heard today was our Citizens Commission is prepared to work with us to ensure that we do it the right way. The governor has described, I think, in very detail how we're going to make sure that the people of California, the people, are going to make the decision. I want you to know the Democratic caucus of California, we are organized, we're ready, and we're working with the governor. And we are not only organized, but we are prepared to move in a way that will include all of the people in this decision that has to be made. Texas may be big, and people may think that they got power. They ain't seen nothing yet. They haven't seen what happens when we get organized here in the state of California.
Right.
Let me.
Okay.
Yes. We know that this president would love to call martial order. And
is she dating Mr. Miyagi?
Okay. Just want to make sure on that one.
Martial arts.
Martial ardor. I'm not sure what that is.
Oh, good.
I'm not sure what the rest of it was either.
We're never sure.
What's the difference? I just enjoy it no matter what.
Maybe she was thinking about Jackie Chan. Who knows?
I don't know.
Yeah, he's a little more contemporary. You're right.
But you ain't never seen nothing yet until you've seen Mad Max get organized. So come on.
Yeah.
I like the lime green dress, though. That works for me.
Doing her martial arts.
That's working for me, that color.
Yeah. All right, let's do some sports. Sports is brought to you by Mike Lindell. MyPillow, LFS6B is the promo code to use if you want to shop at MyPillow. Slick's got sports. What's going on, Slickster?
Big D, let's go right to the links. The BMW Championship teed off today.
Leg 2 of the FedEx Championship.
$20 million purse. Big bucks on the line, Big D. Caves Valley Golf Club in Owings Mills, Maryland. There we go. Robert McIntyre leads the pack with an 8 under. Big day today. And, Scotty Scheffler's in third place. He shot a 4 under. So he's right there. You're going to pick Scotty for the win?
Well, somebody reminded me that I think once they get to the Tour Championship next week or 2 weeks, whenever they get to Eastlake, that everything resets. So it's winner take all. So whoever wins that week actually wins.
All right.
So I guess Scotty's lead really doesn't matter. I forgot about that. I thought the points were the points, but maybe not.
Just strictly for the money.
But yeah, I'm picking Scott. If he's walking, I'm picking him.
Exactly. It used to be like when Woods played years ago, right? Yeah. Same deal. All right, Major League Baseball. Here we go. Baseball season, here we are, just about mid-August now. We got about 6 weeks or so to go in the season. So teams are vying for those wild card positions because some of the teams, like in the NL Central, Milwaukee's, they're like 8 games in. I mean, they look really good, some of the teams. But wild card is where the excitement is for me because that's my only chance of my Reds getting in there. Guardians right now 5-4 over the Marlins, bottom of the 6th. Bottom of the 7th, the Phillies over the Nationals 2-1. Braves and Mets tied at 1 in Citi Field, top of the 6th. Twins over the Tigers in Minnesota, 3-2, top 4 there. And finals from earlier today, Orioles 5-3 over the Mariners, and the Blue Jays edge the Cubs 2-1 up in Toronto. Only other game on the docket tonight, Diamondbacks taking on the Rockies in Colorado. 8:40 is the first pitch out there. Here we go. Quick story here. California School Board votes to ban trans athletes from girls' sports amid state's lawsuit with Trump, ironically. Decision comes as President Donald Trump's DOJ sues California over policies allowing males in girls' sports. This is Jackson Thompson of Fox News reporting. A school board in California voted to defy state policy and ban trans athletes from girls' sports on Tuesday. The Kern County Board of Education approved a resolution to comply with the federal definition of Title IX. So The laws are going in. What's this piece here? Hold on a second. Yes. The vote comes amid a feud and lawsuit between the state and President Donald Trump's administration over the issues of males competing in girls' sports. Now, at least one school board has opted to side with Trump over the state's authorities that have rigorously committed to keeping males in girls' sports this year. Trump signed an EO order to ban males from girls' sports and women's sports nationally back in February. I'm not going to go through all that, but the issue came to a head during the spring's high school track and field position when transgender athlete A.B. Hernandez of, I guess it's Jurupa Valley High School, made a run for 2 girls' state titles. In May, 3 of the state's esteemed Christian high schools sent a letter to the California Interclassic Federation challenging its longstanding policy that allows biological males in girls' sports. Many residents, girls, athletes, and even entire education institutions protested the trans athlete inclusion. So, the story goes on in detail, so on and so forth, what the history is there. But right now, it looks to be that going against what California is in a broiled lawsuit with President Trump, this school district went out on their own and sided with the president. That could be a good sign. And you know what? That may actually, I don't know if it'll impact the case necessarily. It shouldn't, right, in a court of law. But you wonder what people are going to be thinking on that jury, right? Hey, maybe we're going in a different direction. But, that caught your attention, Big D, when I gave that title earlier on. You're like, in California? I'm like, yeah, in California. They're actually bucking what Governor Newsom wants done, and they're actually siding with the president on Title IX. So let's hope this starts a trend. I really do.
There's a lot of conservative voters that live in California. That's
what have I always told you about the audience of this show?
Yeah. Biggest audience is California for us right now.
Number 1 viewing audience is in California.
Yeah. It's incredible.
And somehow Maxine Waters still gets elected.
That's probably why they're the number 1 viewing, because she was the original Crazy Town.
No, they're fed up for sure. So I want to get to that Michael Phelps story, but I'll get to that in the next segment, Big D. That's a wrap in sports for this segment.
All right, Slick, very good. Sports is brought to you by Mike Lindell. LFS6B is the promo code to use if you want to shop at MyPillow. Let's do some headlines. News is brought to you by our friends at Eternal Life Coin, eternallifecoin.com. Delgado's got them. What's going on?
All right, Damon. Well, the world's greatest headlines are here, and I'm going to start with President Trump as he was at the White House today answering some questions, signing some stuff before he makes his way, or actually he got on the plane to head to Alaska, which from what we understand, he has landed, and we'll be checking in with our own Brian Glenn at the top of the hour. Well, President Trump was announcing a few things going on at the White House today. Here he is announcing help for Social Security. Here's cut number 5. Again, delivering on Social Security, the promise that he made that he's going to, take care of it and try to make it stronger and better for everyone, and making good on his no tax on Social Security campaign promise, thanking the people who signed on to the One Big Beautiful Bill. Now the law of the land, the vast majority of seniors receiving Social Security will no longer pay taxes on that income. Here are his words. Cut number 5. Check this out.
Last month, I signed One Big Beautiful Bill and allowed no tax on Social Security for our great seniors, okay? So how's that? Not bad, right? No tax on Social Security for our seniors. And to protect our benefits, we've already kicked nearly 275,000 illegal aliens off of the Social Security system. These are people, many of them have already left the country, and yet we were sending them checks all the time. And 275,000, and that number is now even larger than that, Frank. It's an unbelievable job. And what that's doing is making the system strong. It's making it strong. Biden never kicked anybody off. Everybody joined. And we're carrying out historic deportations to remove many more illegals committing Social Security fraud. It's the Social Security fraud that was taking place at levels that nobody's ever seen. We cleared 12.4 million names listed in the Social Security database over 120 years of age. Think of that. So we had 12.4 million names where they were over 120 years old. Yeah. Is that right? That's a hell of a statement.
Again, the Social Security is being transformed. The agency, according to the White House, is handling 70% more calls than last year, while lowering the average speed to answer to from 30 minutes to 6. Improved technology has enabled 90% of the calls on the national hotline to be answered. Average customer wait lines have declined by 23%, and all field offices are now fully staffed, with employees returning to the office 5 days a week for the first time in years to better serve the American people. Here he is talking about some of those people that were kicked off that were a little bit old. Cut number 3. Check this out.
So you have 12.4 million names listed in the Social Security database that were over 120 years of age, meaning you were breaking records, because I've never heard of anybody at 125. There were nearly 135,000 people listed who were over 160 years old, and in some cases getting payments. So somebody's getting those payments, and we're after that.
Yeah, and the agency has also identified more than $1 billion in cost avoidance and efficiencies this fiscal year, and has addressed billions of dollars in improper payments, some of those going to those aged 120 and more. Of course, he had a few words for Elizabeth Warren, the senator from Massachusetts, who's constantly attacking him. Here he is, cut number 10 on Senator Elizabeth Warren and what kind of nut she is, cut 10.
So vicious what they do. Elizabeth Warren said she was an Indian. We call her Pocahontas. She's a liar. She lied her whole career. Based on the fact that she was an Indian, she was able to get into certain colleges, get certain jobs, get into certain universities to work there. She's a liar and a mean person. She's a nut job. I watched her the other night. She's all hopped up endorsing a communist in New York City. And she was all excited and jumping up and down. She's got to take a drug test. She really does. She's got to take a drug test. There's no way somebody can act that way and be normal. What she's done to our financial institutions, he destroys people.
He calls it like he sees it. He really does, though. God bless him.
That's why you got to love this guy.
I love him. I love that.
Exactly.
You just got to love this guy. For that reason, of course. Just the bluntness and the truthfulness about all these people. Just straight to their face and straight to the media's face. He doesn't give a damn.
Nope.
But just getting back to the Social Security thing.
Yeah.
I said this about the crime in D.C., and I know I just break it down to most simplistic, boring way to talk about it, but that's just what I do. He sees a problem. Any president could have done this. Any president could have said, "Hey, we got to make Social Security stronger. We got to serve the people better. We got to go look at, is there waste, fraud, and abuse? We got to go, what are the numbers? What do the rolls look like? We know we got to clean the election rolls, but we got to clean anybody could have done this. But he sees it, and he goes and does it.
Right away.
Nobody else goes and does it.
He jumps right on it.
They don't care about the fraud. They welcome the fraud. They created the fraud. They want the elite. That's the incentives to bring 12 million people in, because it's all about power. For the Democrat Party. All about everything is another means to an end to get to forever power, whether it's talking about D.C. statehood or whether it's making sure that they have as many incentives for 12 million people to come here every couple of years under Biden to add to the voter rolls. It's all about power. Trump goes in there. He sees issues. He says, we're going to deal with them. I don't care about the red tape. I don't care what people think. I don't care about the political correctness of it all. I don't care about who's the opposition. And we're just going to go do it for the betterment and serving of the people. And that's exactly what he's doing. All right, more news with Delgado coming up. More sports with Slick right after this. She has to take a drug test. That's the best line of the day. That's the best line of the day. I cracked up when I heard
nuts.
I watched that live.
Oh, my gosh. In the YouTube.
In the YouTubes.
Jeffrey Koenig. I love when Damon goes on a rant. It's awesome. Jazz Punk, doubling down. Loves Damon's rants. Usually the president gets him fired up.
Oh, my God, he's so funny.
Elise Palco, Damon, it's good to have you well again.
Well again?
Well, you were sick as a dog, is what you told us.
Sick, but I mean...
Oh, well, you weren't sick, right? You're sick of coming to the show, baby. A couple of days. No.
Sick of us.
I saw you with that big lighter on the thermometer. Oh, 103. You don't get the radio. That's the radio station. Yeah, 103.8. Actually, my sister's very sick right now. She had to go to the doctor. Yeah, she's very similar. High temperature, not feeling good. Cough, sick. Yeah. Definitely some kind of summer bug going around. Got real humid today. Ugh.
GMA2, yes. They're also after the forever kickbacks. When you talk about all the people they want to import, it's done through the NGOs, who then, of course, send the money right back to them.
Kevin Sermersheim is asking, how is Vinny? Did we hear from Vinny today? Big D, did you hear from Vinny?
Yeah, he says he's not coming in. He's resting to make sure he's good for tomorrow night.
Okay. Oh, you heard from?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're doing sports game. Let's go.
Damon's on the phone. Setting up with Brian Glenn, I think. Live from Studio 6B, Real America's Voice on a Thursday night. More news coming up in just a bit, including stuff regarding President Trump in Alaska. Also, we're going to be hearing from friend of the show, Brian Glenn, who's on the ground, just landed in the state of Alaska, so we'll be checking in with him just a little bit. We've also got clips of, more of MSNBC, and Harry Enton has a new poll Damon is going to love.
Oh, yeah.
We'll do that in a little while. In the meantime, let's do some sports with Slick Rick. Slick Rick Sports brought to you by Mike Lindell's MyPillow. Go to MyPillow.com. Use our code LFS6B at checkout. You'll be glad you did. You'll save yourself some money, and you'll, of course, be helping out the people at MyPillow.com who produce great stuff right here in this country. MyPillow.com. Use our code LFS6B at checkout. Slick, what you got for us?
Well, here's a unique story I did not expect to see earlier today from Breitbart, but Michael Phelps is teaching Ravens players to swim. Dylan Gwynn at Breitbart. The Baltimore Ravens are one of the NFL's elite franchises. They are not, however, elite swimmers. Several Ravens players recently made a video from their team's swimming facility. In the video, the players admitted they don't know how to swim and asked Ravens fan Michael Phelps, the greatest swimmer and greatest Olympian of all time, to come teach them how to swim. Pretty interesting. Fast forward a couple of weeks, and Phelps did indeed make the trip to the Ravens facilities to teach his favorite team how to swim and survive in the water. I didn't know what I was getting into. I had no idea what their comfort level was, Phelps told the Ravens website. When I see the guys in there, and some of the guys who are literally working on floating and breathing, and they're focused on paying attention to those details, it shows their vulnerability, especially when they're uncomfortable. It was a special day, racing some of the fellas in the 25-meter. My son raced some of the guys. It was a great day. I truly hope they learned something, hopefully got some confidence, and hopefully can transition into something else. Excuse me, easy for you to say. Yeah. If I have to swim less than 20 yards, I could survive somehow because I could doggy paddle, said Ravens linebacker Roquan Smith. Now, he's a tough guy, that Roquan Smith. But as far as actually swimming and knowing how to breathe and things of that nature, honestly, it was my first time. It was really cool. It was really solid. Some of the lessons they gave me, I feel a little more confident. You'd be amazed how many people can't swim.
Not very not a very solid, tough guy who's doing a doggy paddle. You kind of laugh at that. But,
yeah.
Let's face it, when you don't know how to swim, sometimes that's the best way to stay afloat, right?
Nah, it's a great, listen, it is a great thing because people do drown
somewhere. Yeah.
It's incredible. But then you talk about Michael Phelps, right? After his retirement from competitive swimming, Phelps, the 23-time gold medal winner. Let that sink in again. 23-time gold medal winner for the United States. unbelievable, the best Olympian we've ever had, runs the Michael Phelps Foundation, an initiative aimed at teaching people to swim for both exercise and survival. Pro Football Talk reports. So very good story there. I really like that because I take it for granted because I've been swimming since I'm a little kid.
Right.
You
yeah,
right?
Same here.
I mean, it's second nature to me. I mean, I wouldn't want to have to swim 3 miles to survive, but I feel good that I could probably do it. Maybe not at this age, but I don't know. I feel good about swimming. But you don't realize how many people just don't know how to swim.
Yeah.
And
or at the very least tread water. Which
right.
is, a lot of times that's all you got to do until help arrives if you find yourself in a situation is just make sure you learn how to float and tread water.
I know, and it's really scary. So it's good to see that he, is actually out there doing that. So I thought that was a good story. And just one more quick story. High school football team under fire for making 4,000-mile trek to a game.
heard about this.
Yeah, this is crazy. Dylan Gwynn at Breitbart. One of the most elite high school football programs in the country will make the 4,000-mile journey to London to take on some of Europe's aspiring NFL players. But not everyone is happy about that. Oh, this is St. Thomas Aquinas High School in Florida. That's where Michael Irvin went and is set to play the NFL Academy in London on October 8th at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, which is a beautiful stadium that they play a lot of the NFL games when they go over to London. The NFL Academy is an international development team building the next generation of global players. However, not everyone is happy about this. In fact, many are pretty upset about it, pointing out that the recent troubles of former NFL QB and former high school football player Teddy Bridgewater, who resigned his position over violations that, in light of this international journey, seems somewhat quaint. Teddy B and Northwestern getting railroaded for some Uber rides and the school up the road is going to London. Laughed one wrote, laugh out loud, our coach can't buy the boys pizza, opinioned another. Knock it off, go to school like normal kids, replied another. Dumb as hell, and another said bluntly. St. Thomas Aquinas is a 16-time Florida state champion. Famous alumni from the Florida school include 3-time Super Bowl champion Michael Irvin and Bears running back and Brian Song's inspiration, the great Brian Piccolo. So I'm a little upset about that. That's a lot of money to spend to fly guys over to London and high school football players. What's next for these guys? It's
yeah,
crazy.
but that's a private school.
It is a private school.
Right? So they can kind of do what they want, but it does kind of make you scratch your head like, maybe your priorities should be elsewhere.
Yeah, but they do produce a hell of a lot of good football players out of that school. So, and that's a wrap in sports, Big D. Back to you.
All right, Slick, very good. Sports is brought to you by Mike Lindell. The other day we talked about E.J. Antonio being Trump's new BLS, Bureau of Labor Statistics guy, after he fired the current one, of course, who Biden put in. And everybody was up in arms about it. Monica Showalter over at the American Thinker had some thoughts on this, and she dug into some of the numbers. And I said this, other than Fauci and maybe every weatherman on TV around the country, how can you be that wrong about your job and keep your job? If you're at the BLS, you've been more wrong than maybe, like I said, except most weather people around the world predicting the weather. There's nobody who's been more wrong than the people at the Bureau of Labor Statistics. And Monica Showalter says the huge revisions in the BLS is reason enough for President Trump to fire its director. And I agree. After all, the Federal Reserve sets its benchmark interest rate, which affects the entire economy, which affects every single one of you in every part of your life, based a lot on that data. It needs to be something close to accurate. Being a survey, it isn't always perfect, but it ought to be close. Pollsters, after all, can get it fairly close. IBD, TIPP always gets it close. It turns out the BLS has not been close, not by a long shot, according to the historic research they did dating back to 2009. And this was done by an outfit that I follow actually a lot, Issues and Insights. It's a great website. They've got great topics. And a lot of them came from Investor Business Daily, the editorial page, when they used to have one over there. And so they take a look at the BLS monthly jobs going back to 2009. Here's what they found. We compared the initial report on jobs each month to the actual figures released months later, the revisions.
Mm-hmm.
The conclusion, the BLS initial jobs reports have been absolutely and completely unreliable since 2009, often wildly optimistic or wildly pessimistic, regardless of who the president was. In the 199 months that they examined, the BLS's initial estimate of jobs gained or lost, ready? Missed the mark. What do you think the average was?
The average in number or percentage?
Percentage that they missed by.
70%.
Slick?
Yeah, about 85%.
Well, you guys are not that high.
A little high?
49.6%.
Okay.
So 50%, basically.
50%, basically. Only 15 times did its initial estimate come within 3% of the actual right number.
Wow.
Given the huge sample size, you think its margin of error would be consistently be tiny. Not the case. Some months, the miss was staggering.
Mm-hmm.
In August 2011, the BLS said no new jobs have been created. 0. Turned out 132,000 were created that month.
Wow.
2009, right?
That's just the beginning.
Who became president in 2000?
That was 2011.
No, I'm saying when this all started to go downhill.
Oh, yeah, yes.
Yes. Martha's Vineyard.
You know, it's funny. A guy I used to race bikes with down in Florida, his son graduated just this spring from St. Thomas Aquinas.
Aquinas?
Aquinas, yeah.
Aquinas.
And he was a wide receiver.
Oh.
And they won state again.
Whoa.
Now he's going to Florida Atlantic.
The Owls.
Big kid. I think he's 6'4".
That's a good size for a receiver.
Yeah.
Beautiful. How's his speed?
Good.
There you go.
Okay.
Could be NFL material.
Is he wearing a suit? Oh, man.
Is he spicy?
Okay.
He's in a parka? Does that parka have a tie?
I know one thing he ain't got. He ain't got no pizza up there like he had here.
No way.
Might as well eat tree bark. Kathy
Shinette, $2 for Super Chat in the YouTube. Now I can't unsee the Tesla logo. Props. Oh, because of the beard. I said it looks like a Tesla logo.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Lenny told me you got to bring it to more of a point, so that's what I did.
Lenny. How is Lenny?
He's doing good. He's like 71. He looks like he's about 55. Lenny's doing good. He's supposed to come down to the warehouse. I asked him a few times.
Okay.
He loves the show.
I love the fact that what's her name comes down.
He loves the show. Who?
Photographer.
Oh, yeah. You know, I haven't seen Sarah. I'm sure she'll be back, though. I think she said she had a couple of weeks. She had to do some traveling.
If we're going to shoot a thing, we got to talk to her like soon.
We really should do something. I think you could sell a ton of calendars if we, do the whole crew. And we do, I don't know, we could probably do a couple at the warehouse if Joe's okay with that. And we do something here, whatever. You can't go wrong.
I mean, think anybody who would have an interest in that? I wouldn't.
No, people would love that.
Really?
We did pretty good with the calendar that we did. We got it out very late.
The calendar.
Everyone, I know he's wrong.
Really?
Everyone wants, yeah.
All
They
right.
really do.
I could do 3 years worth of calendars of all the broken stuff around here.
Right. People are still using my calendar from last year for this year.
Okay.
So there you go. Aaron, I'm using it too. I got it up in the office.
What month should we give Joe the box?
Joe the box.
America's Big D, Double Dizzle, and the 6B Brizzle live on Real America's Voice Vizzle, baby.
All right, Snoop, thanks. Hour 2, live from Studio 6B, Real America's Voice on a Thursday night across the airways of 103.9 LI News Radio. Glad you're in. Slicks Harry's doing sports. He's going to do some more. Brought to you by, of course, our friends at MyPillow. Delgado's got the news. We'll do some more headline news. Aaron and Fran holding it down, as always, on a Thursday, a busy Thursday. I saw John Solomon out there making the rounds again today about his bombshell. Well, seemingly like every day bombshell. Yeah. But yesterday's about the Clintons. I heard John tell Megyn Kelly today that he's pretty convinced. He says he's almost, he's reporting it as if it's factual, which, of course, if he does, I believe it.
Me too.
About the multiple grand juries.
Yeah, in different states.
Yeah, I'm interested to know more if that's actually 1,000,000% like that. If we're going to get an announcement from the DOJ that that's a fact, does that seem like it would cause a lot of it seems like just a recipe for confusion.
If you're talking about 3 different grand juries in 3 different states,
Pennsylvania, he said, maybe one in New York
for the same charges, but it's not. They believe the one in Pennsylvania might have to do with the 2020 election.
Yeah.
So,
all right, let's go live to Alaska, where our own brilliant White House correspondent, and the man dressed in a suit all the time, put on a suit. Our own Brian Glenn. Oh, look at there he is. He's not in a suit, though. Brian, how are you? Long day of travel. Well, we know.
Hey.
You're forgiven.
It's a travel day. Hey, that was the first time I've ever had Snoop Dogg do an intro to our segment, essentially. That's pretty cool.
Thank you.
He can get down here and get the just sizzle down here in Alaska. Hey, by the way, before we get into all of this, I do miss me some pizza, though. I got to get back up there because you said earlier I'll be chewing on tree bark here in Alaska. They're not known for pizza.
Pizza Friday.
Maybe some sushi later, but not for pizza.
Yeah. Well, listen, you're there for serious business, so let's get to talking about serious business here in a serious way. What's the percentage? I have it not 0, but what's the percentage you have it that I know everybody's got the whole day planned out and it's going to be a press conference at 7, and I'm sitting here thinking if Trump walks in there and thinks in the first 2 or 3, 4, 5 minutes that he's getting played, there ain't going to be no press conference. He's going to get up just like Reagan did back in the day and say, sayonara, pal. What's the percentage you put on that?
Yeah. Is that the over-under? Are we taking? I think probably 30% right? That happens.
Okay.
It's not 0.
Yeah.
30%. Yeah, I'd say that. And President Trump said it just the other day. He said, look, if I sit down, and I'll know in 2 minutes whether or not he's serious about making a deal. If he is, we'll continue the talks. If not, he's going to get up and he's going to throw the card down the table and say we're out because, he's going to feel like he's been played. Look, they had that phone call, was it a couple months ago? And we thought, okay, we got us a little bit of ceasefire here. And the next day, they're both throwing haymakers to one another. He doesn't want to be played again. And I think you're absolutely right on this. I give it about a 30% chance that it does go the wrong way. But here also, if he feels like those talks were not positive and didn't progress the conversation of peace, I don't think Putin joins him at that 7:30 press conference as scheduled. I don't think he does. And I think Trump does the press conference regardless of how that earlier meeting turns out. I think he does. I think he wants to adjust the world. Look, I tried. This is what happened. This is why he's not here. But if it does go well, obviously I hope we see both of them there because that does mean we're making some progress on getting a deal done. Now, it's interesting. I was reading as much international news as I could on the flight, which, by the way, DCA to Alaska, one heck of a flight. I hope you don't look. Thank God I had an aisle seat. I think I went to the restroom about 22 times during that flight. Because when you're 56 years old and we all get up in the middle of the night. It is something else, and. I almost lost my train of thought here for a second. But what I'm trying to get to is this thing, we're going to know really quick how these talks are moving forward. I think there's no doubt.
Yeah. So let's talk about a couple things that are out there, and I want to get your thoughts on it. One is from this moron John Bolton and this absurd claim that he's putting out there in the media, and you hear others running with it, that somehow holding this summit in Alaska is a gift to Putin. And I sit there and I look at this guy and I think, hey, pal, just by the way, you're not the president. You never were going to be and you never will be. People don't care. But could you imagine being concerned about the location when you have two world leaders trying to get together, especially our guy, President Trump there? All he wants to do is end the war that's killing countless innocent people. And this guy's worried about playing politics with where the location is. I mean, what a joke.
Yeah. It is a joke, and I'll go a step further. When there was conversations about possible having Zelensky here, some of the feedback that they were saying was it would take 2 days for Zelensky to get here in Alaska because he would have had to take a 12-hour train, then take a flight here. I don't know, for a guy that got $380 billion of our money, I would hope that he'd be able to get on a plane and get here in about 6 or 7 hours rather than 2 days.
Dude.
But I wish he yeah, I mean, we gave you enough money. I think you can jump on one of the jets that you probably bought from NATO from us. I would hope that he would get here. I wish they all three were here, to be honest with you. I want this played out immediately, but we'll see. But John Bolton, that's a ridiculous comment on that. Where would he like for this thing to take place? I would just like Tuscaloosa, Alabama, Miami, Florida, New York, Long Island, or I don't know, maybe we just go to Russia and do it there too and make it real convenient for him. It's silly. Alaska is a perfect place for this. It's protected. It's on U.S. soil. I feel, for one thing, how many in the media would feel safe flying to, I don't know, Ukraine or Russia to hold these peace talks? I'm not going to that, but Alaska seems a perfect place for me.
Yeah. There's been other reporting that Russian officials said that one of their top priorities at this Friday summit with Trump is going to be trying to be normalizing other relations with the U.S. on topics beyond Ukraine. Have you heard anything about that?
Yeah, I have. I think they really want to kind of settle in on the economic side of everything, and with trade and the impacts it has with that country. Look, I mean, Russia, with as far as the restraints that we put on India, as far in terms of buying Russian oil, that's hurt them economically. So I think there are other things in play rather than just ending the war in Ukraine. So I mean, tomorrow is huge. I mean, it's a big day here. Our preset, it's about 5 o'clock in the morning. We got to get there, preset our cameras, get prepared, and of course they meet around 3:30, 3 o'clock, and then we'll see what the press conference looks like at 7:30. But tomorrow is just a huge day, guys, and I'm just very thankful to be here covering it for Real America's Voice, and of course the whole world is on Alaska right now. This has huge implications, just not for Russia, but for a lot of countries. It shows strength and negotiation that President Trump has. One of the things I read also today was people are concerned what this looks like a post-Trump, because Trump's only in there for 3 more years. So whatever deal they come up with now, they're afraid that when Trump is gone, the next president comes in that maybe Putin may not take him that seriously, and he begins invasion again. So what does it look like a post-Trump administration? So there's just so many different facets in all of this. But you and I both know, and you know President Trump as well as anybody else, he is a deal maker. And I do think that tomorrow, if he feels like Putin is playing him a little bit, he's out.
Hey, Brian, real quick. This is Rick Delgado. Quick question, because you did mention the India angle on this, how he, kind of basically raised tariffs on India because if they buy Russian oil, and now we know that Russian oil output for last, I believe it was July, is down almost 8%, so that's hurting them. Are there any other pieces that you saw that maybe we missed that Trump kind of moved, politically with other countries to kind of put pressure, find these pressure points to push on Putin, with the India and the oil, some of the other countries that he's kind of maneuvered and kind of put them in a position where well, look, we can't do business with you because we want to, we want that U.S. deal as well.
Yeah, he's kept some of that close to his chest because that same question's been asked, but he's real reserved as far as letting all his kind of behind-the-scenes negotiations take place. But I would think tomorrow, Rick, we should know everything. I think it's going to be full transparency tomorrow of what was said in that meeting, what the plans to move forward. It is making a deal, and it's like, where do we go from here? Do we stop? Do we have a deal going forward? And then and if there is the next meeting, I think you're going to see it sooner than later. We're not going to let weeks go. We're not going to let grass grow under our feet for the next meeting. I think it takes place within 7 to 10 days. I would think very quickly to end this thing, and don't let anybody go cold if there's some type of a tentative deal that's agreed to.
You know, President Trump in the Oval Office today, Brian, said he wanted the second meeting to happen while they're in Alaska. I don't know if he was going to put Zelensky in a nearby hotel and then call him over or what, but he said he wanted it to happen while they're there.
You know what? He wants to get it done. I mean, look what's happened before. All the foreign policy. Weeks go by, months go by between talks. Let's do it now. If Putin tentatively agrees on what's proposed, then and I do think that Trump's going to know off immediately if this is something remotely interested that Zelensky would be interested in. I think he knows that. That's why he had the phone call 2 days ago with the European leaders and Zelensky to get a feel on that. So he's going to know early on if Putin is warm to it. And then if he knows, hey, pick up the phone, get him in there. Let's book another room at the Holiday Inn, and let's do this all over again. Because I'm with that. Let's strike while the iron is hot.
Yeah, exactly. What a different backdrop it will be from the last time we saw these two men on the world stage, which of course was in Helsinki, while the Russia hoax was in full-blown mode then, and the media was there asking Trump to denounce Putin in the 2016 election there right in front of him, and Trump, of course, was smart enough to say, well, you know, I'm not going to get ahead of things because I don't see any reason why it was Russia. And now, of course, John Solomon in the last couple of days has proven that everything that happened there was just an absolute hoax and nonsense, and Trump was ahead of the game. So quite a different backdrop, and hopefully quite a different media asking questions tomorrow if we get that far. So, Brian, always appreciate the time. It will be a historic day. You'll be there, I know, covering it for us. We are proud of it. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks, guys. I can't wait to see you.
You too. Yeah. The great Brian Glenn in Alaska with President Trump, getting ready for a historic day tomorrow. And boy, I tell you, I think Brian's right, and I think this thing could go a lot of different ways.
Yeah, a lot of cards on the table.
It just could go a lot of different ways, and and on the other hand, though, a lot of people say, Trump goes into these things, and I think he has you figure that some of these things have been worked out.
Right.
And it's like, okay, let's get together to
right.
Yeah.
A little bit of theater.
They've got a lot already kind of mapped out. Yeah. It's about kind of bringing it home, and that's why they call him in to kind of finish the deal. I'd be interested to know if Brian heard any rumblings from, say, Lindsey Graham and the Democrats, if they're trying to kind of muddle up this deal. Because let's face it, maybe that's another reason why they went to Alaska, to keep these guys out of it.
13 past the hour, live from Studio 6B. More to do. We're back. Sports news all coming up right after this.
That might be too difficult to do.
Yeah, because of the timing.
What?
Get Brian on tomorrow night.
If this thing goes to an actual press conference with the two of them and it's done before 10 o'clock, we will get Brian on tomorrow night.
Oh, good. Even at the warehouse?
Yep.
And that worked out? Cool.
It'd be nice to have Brian on for Pizza Friday, like I said before, right? He'd love that vodka sausage crumble. Whoa, that's some pizza.
Yeah, well, we'll get him to the warehouse for sure.
Yeah, I'd love to have him on a Friday night.
Oh, that's at the warehouse.
Whatever night he comes. Well, it depends on when he's in town.
Yeah. BGTN, huh? Okay.
Chat live in the chat. Vanita Simmons. Pitchfork 22. Rhonda. Farmer Brooke, LC San Diego. Tumbleweed Farmer. Tweet Potato all in the Twix chat.
Who was it in the, somebody in the YouTube chat said Delgado the box. I like that one.
Instead of Joe the box?
Yep, Delgado
I'm
the
taking
box.
the box.
Delgado the box. Oh, forgive me. Oh, here it is. It was Broke Spoke. How the hell did I Broke Spoke goes Delgado the box. That was right. Sorry, Broke. I got it. That was great. I love that.
Hey, what are you doing with my box?
That's unbelievable.
Isn't that great?
It's very...
You're jealous now. You want one, don't you? I'll make you one if you want,
yeah.
David.
Yeah, it's a total douche.
From my,
Give me a break.
It's from my collection, Derelict.
Play it again, Aaron.
Baby Damon.
Yeah, guy's a total douche. Give me a break.
You're so snarky, Damon.
It's from my Derelict collection.
Yeah, Derelict collection is more like it.
No, Derelict.
No, Derelict.
You don't know the movie reference.
No, I don't.
Obviously.
I don't know it. I don't care to know it.
Damon, if you're interrupted by press conference on RAV, you're still going to go live on YouTube. Well, we're going to be live on socials the whole night, yes. Yes, I'm not exactly sure. RAV's going to cover whatever's going on in Alaska for sure.
Oh, we're at the warehouse tomorrow.
We'll be on all of our socials. We will also be covering what's going on in Alaska.
Already.
But obviously, we're going to do a normal show too. But we'll dip in and out of what's going on. If there's a press conference, obviously we'll listen to that as well, and then we'll talk to Brian afterwards. So we will be on socials for sure. What our time on RAV tomorrow night was just going to depend on how the day goes and what's going on up there. I sound like the Blues Slick on a Thursday night. Let me talk to you about our friends at the Tax Network USA. If you're stressed about back taxes, maybe you missed the April deadline or your books are just a mess, don't wait. The IRS is cracking down. Penalties add up fast, 5% per month, up to 25% just for not filing, but there's help. Tax Network USA can take the burden off your shoulders and stop the spiral before it gets any worse. They've helped thousands of Americans, whether you're an employee, a small business owner, or you haven't filed in years. Messy books, no problem. They've seen it all and they know exactly how to clean it up. With direct access to powerful IRS programs and expert negotiators on your side, Tax Network USA knows how to win. You'll get a free consultation, and if you qualify, they may even be able to help you reduce or eliminate what you owe. More importantly, they'll help protect you from wage garnishments and bank levies, so don't wait for the next IRS letter. Call right now, 1-800-905-8000, 1-800-905-8000, or visit tnusa.com/RAV to talk to a real expert at Tax Network USA. Call 800-905-8000 or visit tnusa.com/RAV. Take the pressure off. Let Tax Network USA handle your tax issues. And if you do have an issue, call them right now, 800-905-8000, 800-905-8000, or visit tnusa.com/RAV, tnusa.com/RAV. Well, you have to wonder, is the continued divide between Trump and the Federal Reserve putting us behind the curve again? PPI out this morning, little hot on the PPI. Can the Fed take the right actions at the right time, or are we going to be looking at a potential economic slowdown? And what does this mean for your savings? That's, of course, the most important question. Well, if you consider diversifying with gold through the Birch Gold Group, then you can hedge against whatever problems you have or whatever problems come up. If inflation kicks back up, you'll be hedged against it. For decades, gold has been viewed as a safe haven in times of economic stagnation, global uncertainty, and high inflation. And Birch Gold makes it incredibly easy for you to diversify some of your savings into gold. If you have an IRA or an old 401k, You can convert that into a tax-sheltered IRA in physical gold, or if you want, this is a good idea, Slick, just buy some gold and keep it in your safe.
Nice.
First, though, you got to get educated. Birch Gold will send you a free information kit on gold. Just text the word America to the number 989898. Again, text the word America to the number 989898. Consider diversifying a portion of your savings into gold. That way, if the Fed can't stay ahead of the curve for the country, at least you can stay ahead of the curve for yourself. And you'll get that free information kit you see right there by texting the word America to the number 989898. Speak to our friends from Birch Gold and see if diversifying into gold is right for you. 20 minutes past the hour, live from Studio 6B. I want to thank Brian Glenn for joining us. He had a long travel day. I'm sure he's tired. I really do appreciate him coming on. He's fantastic.
Fantastic.
Man, he represents RAV too. He's so great. Yep. He's got a great relationship with the president.
Yep.
He's in there asking real questions, not this phony, like, look at me, how smart I am questions, because he is smart. He doesn't need to prove it. And, man, he's just great.
Yeah.
I love his questions. Great questions.
You can just tell the president.
Brian, let me talk to you, Brian.
Whenever Trump points out, that's a great question. I love that question. Love it.
What's that, Brian?
Yeah, like even the Les Mis question the other day. It's a great question. Simple, basic, to the point. Something people want to know from the president.
Yep.
Not all these, Mr. President, I'd like to, oh, God, make you want to pull your hair out listening to some of these people.
They'll
trying to prove how smart they are.
They'll pine for like 2 or 3 minutes before they actually
hey,
get
Les
to
Mis was great. You going to do anything else? Yeah, Brian, just, come on.
Yep.
Let's get to the basic stuff here. And he asked detailed questions too, but just common sense, like what we would ask. If we had a chance to talk to the president, that's how we would ask questions.
Yeah, definitely. We definitely would.
So now he's great. He's going to have it covered soup to nuts tomorrow. So, all right, let's do some sports. 21 past the hour. Sports is brought to you by Mike Lindell. We're getting closer to the odds makers. By the way, if you want to have a chance to partake and be a part of the odds makers, which will be Friday nights at the warehouse this year. Ooh, man. We'll be doing it live there, and you want to be a part of it. Make sure you send us an email at lfs6b@yahoo.com, lfs6b@yahoo.com, and just put odds makers in the subject line and give us your information. We're going to take all the emails we get, put them in a random number generator, and we're going to pick 17 people, I guess, or 18 people.
18 people, because you have a bye week. Every team has a bye week.
18 people.
18
weeks 1 through 18.
That's correct.
We'll pick some backups, too, because last year we had some people who got, camera shy and didn't want to go on, so we had to get some replacements. So we'll pick a couple backups as well.
Yeah.
And we'll do the odds makers this year, and it's going to be great.
Yeah,
a couple people already said they want to fly up.
I was just going to say.
Oh, really?
The word right out of my mouth.
Yeah, Greg, who was on last year from Alabama, said that he would definitely fly up if he got chosen again.
Oh, he was good, too, right?
He was a military guy.
He had a good week.
He was on twice.
Yep. He wore a Bama hat.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice
I
kid.
remember.
Nice kid.
See, they think they're going to come up here in person and intimidate you, Slick. What do you think about that?
No, I'm going to be ready. I'm going to come in. I might come in my football uniform every Friday night.
Please. Please, no.
What are you talking about?
I've seen the Dallas outfit.
It's great.
Come on.
All right, Slick, let's do some sports. What's going on?
Come on, well, we're going to go to the rodeo, Big D. We haven't done any rodeo this week, and I'm warming up for tomorrow night because the crowd, our crowd, I don't know if they get rodeo, that Long Island crew, but the rest of our viewers get rodeo because I love the rodeo.
Well, we love it, so we don't. I mean, that's why we do anything
true.
on the shows.
We don't play to the masses.
Amuse ourselves, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Caldwell Night Rodeo, Big D. Caldwell, Idaho. Here we go. We got bareback riding. First round, Mason Yancey, 87 points on Birch Rodeo's Wild Child. Birch Gold. Steer Wrestling, first round. Holden Myers, 4 seconds flat. Team Roping. Well, come on. We're roping right in. Come on, get a little sponsorship going. A little cross-pollination there, Big D. Come on. Devin Johnson and Zane Pratt, 4.3 seconds. Saddle Bronc. Ross Griffin, 88 points on Outlaw Buckers, Rodeo's Olds Tubbs Magic Carpet. Man, I didn't put that in the back of a soccer jersey.
I'm sorry, Slick. I just saw.
What happened? Come on.
Delgado's going to make his own football uniform out of a cardboard box and newspaper.
Yeah, that was courtesy of Fran and Aaron.
Oh, my God.
Oh, God. 6B control room. They're funny.
All right. Here we go. Back to Idaho. Thank you. Tie down roping. Tyson Durfee, 8.1 seconds. Bauer Racing, Anita Ellis, that's a new name for me, 16.83 tenths. Nice time right there. Bull Rodden, Trevor Reste, 92.5 points on Powder River Rodeo's Peanut. Okay, so we got that rodeo going on, Big D. That's the first, that's night 3. So that's a 5-night rodeo. We'll certainly have an update for you tomorrow night at the warehouse. And here's a story for Aaron, a little Jet story. I'll try to get through this quick here. Jets' Justin Fields shares he's low-key addicted to reading his Bible, talks relationship with God.
Amen.
Fields expressed some regret that he didn't pick up a Bible sooner. Ryan Gaidos of Fox News. New York Jets quarterback Justin Fields is set to start his first season with the club and suggested he's relying on his faith more than ever as he navigates his new surroundings. He's going to need a lot of faith
He's
with that team.
that with the Jets.
Because they don't have a prayer. He may rewrite the whole Hail Mary.
Aaron, you see this? How they just set you up here?
Like, you better watch yourself.
I mean,
That's going to get me. All right. Fields
just every pun in the world is coming right now.
All right. Fields spoke to reporters on Tuesday and talked about how his relationship with God has helped him block out the outside noise around him and focus on the tasks at hand. I don't play for anybody's approval, Fields explained. That's obvious. You guys are all going to have your own opinion, and I'm never going to take any of it personal. Like I said, he's already set himself up here. Y'all can have an opinion. I'm quoting him. Y'all can say that this is and that. At the end of the day, our lives aren't going to change. If I say something, y'all know right now, well, I know one thing. Y'all just ain't won no Super Bowl since 69. Going to be a long time. So we'll see what happens right there.
I think see it, Slick. All right, 26 past the hour. We'll do some more headlines. And I don't know if we're going to do any more sports because I don't think Aaron will put Slick back on the screen. So
I think Jets
that's it. Slick's done.
Just end the
Show the
season.
shoes now, Slick, because you're out of here.
I think Jet stands for Jesus even thinks they suck.
Delgado, right out of the box. I like how you think out of the box, Delgado. Oh, the poor Jets. Yeah, I'll tell you, Aaron. Oh, forget about it.
I said that might be the funniest thing Delgado said in 5 years. I said, where'd you come up with that? He said, I just came up with it now. I said, come on.
That's 2 T's, but I made it work.
Yeah, you can squeeze that in.
Oh, my God, that was funny.
I saw that story. I knew where we were going. Oh, man.
I saw him talking about it today. I'm like, here we go.
All right, super chat in the YouTube. Clint Paraguay, $1.99. Damon, check out a tweet I shared from General Flynn.
Okay. Shared it where?
Yeah, shared it where, Clint?
On his own X?
I guess he just says,
or did
Damon,
he tag us? I don't,
check out a tweet.
He said a tweet, right?
Yeah, or an X.
Right, but I don't mean people send us tweets all the time in our messages, so I didn't know where. Yeah, okay, I see it. He tagged us, yes. General Flynn. Not good the night before peace talks begin, just dumb, he says.
What is?
He's sharing open source intel breaking one of Ukraine's largest drone attacks now hits Russia. Yeah, okay. I haven't really heard about it. I mean, I see the picture. I mean, it's not that I don't believe it, but 3 hours ago. I mean, has there been any news about this other than this tweet and picture from open source intel?
Nope. I'll check some other.
I mean,
news
obviously
sites.
General Flynn. I mean,
yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. Did I see a picture on Fox News today? I didn't watch it because I don't really watch Fox News, but I saw it on socials. I could have swore it said New York City mayor race, and then it said among conservatives. And what's his name's in the lead with like 44% of conservative vote, Sliwa.
Oh, Curtis.
Mondami was second with 24%.
Are you kidding?
I swear to God, unless it was fake.
That's got to be fake.
And someone photoshopped it.
Oh, yeah.
But it looked like it went to air.
That can't.
Looked like it was a screenshot from something on air.
Did they poll Congress?
All right, 30 minutes past the hour, live from Studio 6B on a Thursday night. Real America's Voice all across the country on your television, 103.9 LI News Radio. On your radio, where you can hear the Kevin Downey Jr. Show weekdays 9 to 11, Monday through Friday. And you can hear us live from Studio 6B Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday nights. And, of course, Friday nights, we are live at the America First Warehouse in Ronkonkoma, New York. So if you're listening to us on 103.9
come on down.
And you haven't come down yet, right in your own backyard here, make sure you come down to the America First Warehouse on a Friday night. Absolutely free. Just got to show up to the door. Get there around 7:15. Doors open around 7:25. We take the stage around 7:50. And, man, it's just a great time.
It's a party.
Yeah, always
it's a party.
It is a party. If you want to come down and sit in the audience and you have a chance to talk to Kevin Downey Jr., although you won't have the chance in the next 2 Fridays because Kevin's got gigs. He'll be off tomorrow and next week. Actually, we're all off next week. There's no show at the warehouse on the 22nd.
On the 22nd, right.
Let me announce that now so that we have enough time for people to know. There is no show at the warehouse on the 22nd. I'll be moving my son into college that day.
Yep.
Kevin Downey Jr. has a gig.
Yep.
Vin is going to be away, and Paul's going to be away.
And Slick Rick will be running a carnival.
And Slick will be running a carnival. So Delgado will be – no, I'm sorry. Delgado will be here with Vin. Vin will not be away. Vin is here. And we're going to get, I think, maybe Doug Smith or somebody to sit in on the show as well that Friday. So it's a busy end of the summer. We'll try to work around everybody's travel plans and time off and things like that. But there will be no show on the 22nd because no one's going to be here. But we'll be there tomorrow night, except for Kevin Downey Jr., who will not be there because he has a gig. So live from Studio 6B, 32 past the hour. Let's do some more headlines and hear what that is. Rick Delgado. What's going on, Delgado?
All right, Damon. Well, something you said earlier kind of reminded me of basically what we're looking at for the next 3.5 years. I know that was something that we were talking about a little bit with Brian Glenn and how things might look post-Trump presidency. But during this presidency, like you said, he just doesn't seem to care anymore. He's going at things. He's taking things on, not being political, basically stepping up, seeing a problem, solving the problem, and moving on. And you know, say what you want about some of the other politicians out there. They really know how to be politicians and not people. One of those is California's own Governor Gavin Newsom, who can't help but step on the rake and get hit in the face as he gets trolled with a Trump 2028 hat. And he's really, really serious about it. I don't know if you saw this. Cut number 4.
No.
Check this out.
You will not have a country if he rigs this election. You will have a president who will be running for a 3rd term. Mark my word. I wasn't exaggerating when I said that I received in the mail a Trump 2028 hat from one of his biggest supporters. These guys are not screwing around.
What a moron. Just an absolute moron to get in front of the cameras and be that serious about it.
Why would you do
about
that?
A hat.
Just, dude, you're getting played, man. What a loser.
Just a complete tool bag. And he's all yours, California. Enjoy that.
Just trying to set up his own run. Who is he kidding? I mean, who is he kidding? He's coming, you coming out like that? Like, come on.
Yeah.
What a loser. Put some more grease in your hair, you fool.
Meanwhile, he was, of course, talking about crime and immigration and all the other things, redistricting as well during his little presser there in front of a handful of people. Unbeknownst to Governor Newsom, though, CNN's own Harry Enton, Damon, he's got another poll. You're going to love the poll because it's amazingly, he's still employed. You missed the day last week. We talked about people are trying to get him fired now.
Who, Harry Enton?
Harry Enton.
Really?
They're coming after him because of the polls.
He gets fired, we revolt.
Because of the polls where he's saying Donald Trump is doing well, they don't want to hear it anymore.
Well,
they're tired of it, but it doesn't stop Harry Enton.
They're tired of the truth. They don't want to see that crap on the TV.
It doesn't stop Harry Enton.
We don't want to see news. What the hell do we come here for?
Get out of here.
Exactly.
We want to hear nothing but
And since he's really good with the poll, Harry Enton, here he is, still employed with a new poll. This one showing the difference between President Trump and President Biden when it comes to crime. Check this out. This is cut number 6.
Compare Trump to Biden in handling of crime, please.
Yeah, okay. I think this sort of gives the game away here because Donald Trump is like Air Jordan towering over Joe Biden when it comes to their handling of crime. Look, in 2024, look at where Biden's net approval was on crime. Way underwater there at minus 26 points. It was one of Biden's worst issues. Granted, pretty much every issue was one of Biden's worst issues. And again, look at where Donald Trump is. Way, way, way above Joe Biden. What is that? That's 27 points. So Americans vastly prefer Donald Trump's approach to crime than they did to Joe Biden's. And again, I think it gets back to the point that Americans are far more hawkish on crime than a lot of Democrats want to admit.
Yeah. And again, you know, the crime thing being the big issue these days, especially all week since President Trump federalized the police in D.C., the MPD, and has added, federal sources to that and resources for them to start cleaning up the streets. Here is Morning Joe, cut number 8, where he admits, as he reads a liberal who texted him.
Thank God I didn't eat too close to the show.
Agreeing with the moves that President Trump is making regarding crime. This is cut number 8. Again, Morning Joe, cut 8. Check it.
I want to read you a text from someone who, I won't say their name, but...
Spit it out, Joe.
They're, we'll just say that they're very liberal. And he says, this may sound controversial, but I'm not totally opposed to Trump's National Guard move in D.C. I know he's doing it for politics, but crime remains rampant. I've had too many friends carjacked, shot at. None of us will walk more than 3 blocks after 8 p.m. 13-year-olds are committing many of these crimes. Quite a change from a decade ago when things were much calmer. Well, that actually sounds like the D.C. that I lived in when I lived a block behind the Supreme Court. And, you know, every 3 days, one of my neighbors was getting held up at gunpoint. I mean, there has been a crime problem in D.C. At the same time, obviously, a lot of concerns. Will this look like June of 2020?
Yeah. So there you have a Morning Joe eating some crow.
My hair hurt listening to him.
As he has to admit that he probably internally agrees with the move as well to keep everybody safe.
They all agree. None of them want to walk to their car at night. They all agree. They all know that if it was a state, it'd be the most dangerous state in the country, at the highest crime rate in the country. It is a dangerous place. They all know it. Anyone who lives there knows it. That's why Mark Wayne Mullen drives around without a seatbelt on, he says, because if I'm going to get carjacked, I'm going to be stuck in the car.
Right.
Everybody knows it. And he's not doing it for politics. Tell your stupid friend who messaged you. I know he's doing it for politics. No, he's not. He's not doing it for politics. He's doing it because he sees a problem. He's doing it because it's supposed to be our nation's capital. It was carved out of Virginia and D.C. for the purpose of being the nation's capital, where our elected leaders were supposed to go and have a constitutional republic and represent the people. It's supposed to be beautiful. It's not supposed to look like downtown Compton.
Yeah.
With the crime rate just about as equal.
And it's supposed to be a place where the American citizens can go and visit and check out the history
which
of their
no
country.
one will do when it gets dark there.
Exactly. They don't even want to do it during the day. Here is Chris Matthews and Mika finally realizing that the Democrats...
This segment trying to make me puke?
continue
some buffet
to step on the rake and hit themselves in the face when it comes to crime and being all for crime and not against safety. Cut 7. Check this out.
And the murder rate, you can't keep saying violent crime is down, but the murder rate's up. To the average person, the murder rate's about life and death. You don't brag about a rising murder rate. And the Democrats are, I agree with you, Mika, they're falling into the trap of defending what's indefensible.
It's a trap. Yes, it's a trap. I mean, it's not a winner politically to say, oh, you're wrong, look at the data. Because, if one violent crime happens in a very heavily populated part of the city, people hear about it, and it's visceral. They don't want it. And they'll gravitate to the person who appears to be doing something about it.
Yeah, and as you saw from that CNN poll from Harry Enton, Trump is the one doing something about it. Here's Senator Kennedy, cut number 2.
The premise of what they say, by the way, is right.
Yeah.
calling it a trap. It's not trying to set a trap. It's just that your people are stupid.
Right.
And we all knew this is what you were going to do. You were going to go defend the crime stats in D.C. now.
Basically defend the indefensible. They want to defend crime and muggings and carjackings and
criminals,
murder.
Yeah.
Right. Here's one of our favorites, Senator Kennedy, with his take on everything. Cut number 2 on crime, plus Schumer and Jeffries as well. Cut number 2, check this out.
The mainstream wing of the party is scared to death of the loon wing. They won't speak up, and they don't stand for anything anymore. All they stand for is whatever is against whatever President Trump stands for. That's why we find ourselves in the extraordinary position of mainstream Democrats have now come out firmly and passionately in favor of crime in Washington, D.C. And I don't mean any disrespect. I don't know Mr. Jeffries that well. I know Senator Schumer very well, so I say this with respect. Chuck and Hakeem need to go to Amazon, buy some testicles, and stand up to the loon wing of their party.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah. Testicles on sale. Let's see if I can get 4 for the price of 2.
Try to get
Hakeem can get a pair, and Schumer can get a pair, or whoever.
Try to get that overnight delivery, too. While you're at it.
Get it drop shipped right onto your whatever.
You get dropped, all right.
Yeah.
So there you have
Stay away from the color blue, though, when you order them there.
Oh, don't talk about Vinny like that. Come on. Yeah, he's going to be fine for tomorrow.
Who, Vin?
Vin, yeah.
Oh, yeah, Vin's off tonight. And I mentioned that?
Yeah.
Show's almost over. Vin's off tonight because he's still recovering, he says, from his surgery.
Yes.
He's hoping to make it tomorrow night, right?
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah. You're not buying it, obviously, either, right?
Nah, he should toughen up.
Yeah, I mean, come on.
Yeah.
What did he have? A little hernia surgery?
He had to decompress again.
I mean, I don't want to, I had a call today that someone says that maybe Vin was on the call and he sounded a lot more springful and spriteful than he was letting me know that he couldn't be on the show.
Oh, really?
Like they said they had maybe a camera there. He was doing some jumping jacks.
Really?
Yeah, he's milking it.
Is that what they call it now?
So Vin says he'll be on tomorrow night. I don't know if Vin's watching the show right now or in the chat, but, well.
Oh, he's definitely in the chat. I've seen him.
Yeah, he's in the chat.
He's on Facebook.
He's fighting with somebody.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, well, maybe Vin can...
He'll start fighting with us now.
Defend himself if he's really...
Yeah, show us your scar. Tough guy.
Yeah, I'm kind of where see, here you go. So here's where me and Delgado are together, so everybody should be happy. We're on the same page here.
Oh, yeah.
I'm with Delgado, and he's with me.
Yeah, you guys are aligned.
Proof of scar.
Yeah.
Vin is a phony.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
All right, phony might be strong.
Yeah, that's a little much.
That's a little strong.
Come on.
He's full of it. That's better.
He's a wuss. That's what you said off air. I'm just saying. I agree.
No, I didn't.
Yes, he did.
Don't say that, you liar. All right, anything else? Well, we don't have any time for it. No, there's enough of your news. Enough.
Let it be.
All right, more sports and news. We'll wrap it up for a Thursday right after this. You think Kennedy plans those lines out? He must, right? I mean, how to come up with that?
He might.
That's so funny.
Hey, Slick, I got a message for you from Don Schultz on the Facebooks.
What, I didn't give Little League baseball scores?
He said, please ask Slick Rick tonight when he's doing sports. He never gives Milwaukee Brewers their rightful honors. They are the hottest team in baseball now. 12 in a row, 27 of their last 31, all since May. He loves watching the show.
Because I hate them. Because I'm a Cincinnati Red fan, and the Reds have been forever chasing them. The Reds are like 13 games out because Milwaukee's playing so good, and the Reds are playing good ball. I mean, they're like number 3.
Right, but you're the sports guy. You're not supposed to be biased towards sports teams when you give the scores. Really? Is that fair to say? No?
Yeah, well, on this show, I don't think it matters. Come on. What's going on
here? I haven't seen Vin has Vin been in the chat? I haven't seen him once.
Well, Vivian from Michigan wants to know how old is Vin? Asking 70s, 80?
Yeah, 87.
Asking for a friend.
80, just turned 87. He looks good for 87. The hairpiece looks good.
He looks good for 87.
He liked a post about 30 minutes ago.
Oh, okay.
So he's definitely in there.
Okay.
He's nosing around.
Who was asking that, Fred? Vivian? Yeah. Yeah, it's Vivian, 87.
Wasn't a bad guess. Or Vin.
Squeaky Spacebar says Vin is not 87. What do you mean?
Does she have proof?
I was just answering Vivian's question. Farmer Brook, that makes Damon 67. No, I'm 53.
Right.
I just look 37.
Times 2.
Wow, you guys are amazing friends to Vin.
Especially when he's not here.
Do you expect anything less?
Hello? Have you watched the show before?
Scrape barrel here. I don't know about Michael. I don't think I have a Michael penis. I don't have the picture.
No, I sent the video, but Aaron couldn't pull it.
I saw it too. Yeah, I'm gonna let that lie.
Charles Livingston, Vinny's a fraud, Big D's a moron. Well, there's a guy who's watched the show before, so there you go. He's got it. Nailed.
He's a long-time watcher.
Yes. All right, 13 to the hour, live from Studio 6B on a, Thursday night. Yeah, I got it. Real America's Voice all across the country on your TV. 103.9 LI News Radio on your radio, Suffolk County, Long Island. And again, if you're listening on 103.9, come on down to the America First Warehouse tomorrow night. It's free at the door. Just walk in, say hello, have a seat, and it's a great time. We'll all be there tomorrow night except for Kevin, but Joe the Box will be there. Harry on the Highway will not be there. He's actually in D.C. still. So no Harry on the Highway, unfortunately. But we'll all be there, and it'll be a great show. And Vin says he'll be back.
Yeah.
And Paul will be there. Slick will be there. Delgado will be there. I'll be there. Aaron will be there. Fran will be there. Joe the Box will be there.
Pizza Friday will be there.
Pizza Friday's there.
Oh, the vodka crumble.
Oh,
so come on.
It'll be a good time. Good times.
Going to be a good time. All right. All right, let's do a little more sports news before we wrap it up. I want to thank again Brian Glenn for joining us at the top of the hour. He's in Alaska with the president for a historic day tomorrow, and we all hope that it is a historic day and not a historic disaster, which I don't think it will be either way. As he said, I mean, if Trump has to do this thing alone and say, hey, I tried, then that's what he'll do. But I don't know. We'll see. Should be a very interesting day. Rav will have coverage all day long. What time does it start, Aaron, on that graphic? Doesn't say what time it starts. Okay, well, they're going to have it covered, so it doesn't matter. Just,
it's a nice graphic.
Most of you watch Rav all day anyways, which is what you should do. So it doesn't matter what time it starts. You'll be watching it. And if there is a press conference and it ends before 10 o'clock tomorrow night, then we will try to have Brian back on live from there tomorrow night before we get done at the warehouse at 10. So it could be good. All right, let's do a little more sports and news. We'll start with sports. Slick Sports is brought to you by Mike Lindell. What's going on?
All right, let's go to Zaire for a little cricket update. No, just kidding. Major League Baseball, Big D. Here we go. Twins and Tigers tied at 3, middle of the 9th. Top of the 4th inning, the Diamondbacks blanking the Rockies 5-0. Just went final. Orioles 5-3 over the Mariners. And earlier today, the Blue Jays down the Cubs 2-1. Guardians 9-4 over the Marlins. Nationals topped the Phillies 3-2. Braves over the Mets 4-3. Ooh, Mets in a little bit of trouble. Blew a 6-run lead the other night as well. Frank the Tank must be out of his bird
Frank
right now.
the Tank
He has got to be definitely on
I
jumping
saw
off
a
the cliff.
tweet before. It came across my timeline, Slick, and he said the Mets are in full-blown give-up mode.
Really?
Yep. He said they've lost all that. They're over. They've lost their heart. And
well, they've now slid out of the wild card position. Forget about the
you want to know exactly
NL
what he
East,
said.
But they did slide out of the wild card position. They're like about a game and a half, well, maybe 2 games out of the last wild card spot. But that's not a good look, especially when the Cincinnati Reds are right behind you. So, well, Kansas City Chiefs, they're getting ready. They want to get back into their winning ways. And obviously, did you hear Taylor Swift releasing an album, right? Kelsey ran that podcast with his brother, right, Jason, the other night?
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, well.
Life of a Showgirl.
Yeah. Yes.
October 3rd.
Yeah. You like her music?
I do.
Yeah, me too. I think she's good. I don't like her political stance so much, but you can't put all that into it. I enjoyed the music. I enjoyed the music.
I actually enjoyed her on the podcast, by the way. I mean, she's kind of a little phony, but kind of stretches it like to be like a big showmanship all the time. But
right, and a big fangirl and all that.
But I don't know. I mean,
we'll see.
I kind of liked it. I thought she was pretty funny.
Yeah, I watched it a little bit.
And I like the Kelsey brothers. I think they're good.
They're good.
They've really made the trend. They understand media.
Yeah.
Really understand media, and they've really made the transition.
Yeah. Especially Jason. He's very good. I like him. He's a good straight man. I think he does a great job. Talking about the Chiefs, a disciplinary hearing for Chiefs Rashee Rice. He's one of their best players, set for September 30th. Warner, Todd Houston, and Breitbart. According to reports, the NFL's disciplinary hearing for Kansas City Chiefs player Rashee Rice is set for the end of September. Rice was involved in a multi-car accident at the end of March in 2024, the scene of which he fled before police arrived. Remember that? I reported on that earlier in the year. Now, according to NFL insiders, Rice's NFL disciplinary hearing won't happen until September 30th, meaning he will be eligible to play the first 4 weeks of the 2025 NFL season. This is typical Goodell. If this was a Dallas Cowboy, this guy would have been suspended from the week 1 of the preseason and would have been out until Thanksgiving. And then at that point, maybe he would have threw him a turkey bone. But honestly, we'll see what happens. But Rice has already been handed his sentence after pleading guilty in a Dallas court to 2 third-degree felony charges of collision involving serious bodily injury and racing on a highway causing bodily injury for the accident related to his drag racing incident. Fortunately, no one died in the accident, but 4 people were injured. The courts handed him a 30-day prison sentence and allowed him to serve it at any time during his 5-year probationary period. Wow, that's unbelievable. This means he could wait until after the NFL season and serve his month-long sentence during the offseason. Be a good idea, right? Prosecutors decided not to charge him for fleeing the scene of the accident. The Chiefs star was also ordered to pay $115,000 in restitution to cover medical expenses for the people injured during the crash. I'm sure there'll be some big civil suits coming down the line, too. So that's a wrap in sports. Big deal. A little bit of a slow news night. I will have a Little League World Series did kick off. I will have some updates for you over the next couple of nights, and I'll be following that very closely because a lot of people love the College World Series that's going on down in Pennsylvania. That's a wrap.
All right, very good. Sports is brought to you by Mike Lindell. LFSXP is the promo code to use if you want to shop at MyPillow, which I know many of you do, and we do appreciate if you use the LFSXP as your code. There's a lot of codes out there, but we appreciate it when you use ours. Great way to support Mike, great way to support the show, and we're going to do another giveaway here very soon. We're going to get some new designs going. I think we're going to do a new oddsmaker shirt too, Slick.
Ooh, nice.
Coming up. So, yeah, we'll do that. If you use our code, we'll give you free T-shirts. Maybe we'll start. We've got to do some signing. We've got to get some signed T-shirts out, too.
Yeah, we have been signing stuff at the warehouse, actually. People have been bringing hats and things for us to sign.
You know what? No. You've been signing things because by the time anybody else signs things, Slick Rick has already done his John Hancock. Nobody has any place else to sign on the damn
I do have an obnoxious signature. You're right
oh, my goodness.
You see that poor girl? She loved that, though, that young lady from Rocky Point. She's
we can't even sign anything for people.
Yeah. All right, let's do some more headlines, and Delgado's got it. What else is on your radar tonight?
All right. I don't know if you saw this, but Director of National Intelligence, the one, the only Tulsi Gabbard, told Megyn Kelly during an interview on her podcast this week that there's an ongoing investigation, and people should love to hear this, of the role of U.S.-funded research at the Wuhan Institute of Virology had indeed caused the COVID-19 pandemic, and the investigation also includes a certain doctor who may be under investigation as well. Here is cut number 1, Tulsi with Megyn Kelly. Check this out.
But the thing that we are working with Jay Bhattacharya, the new NIH director, on with, as well as Secretary Kennedy, is looking at the gain-of-function research that in the case of the Wuhan lab, as well as many of these other biolabs around the world, was actually U.S. funded.
I mean, that would be extraordinary because, just so the audience knows, if that's true, if it was Peter Daszak's research with the Wuhan so-called Bat Lady that caused this pandemic, then we did fund it. Then Anthony Fauci helped fund the pandemic.
The thing that he denied over and over and over to Senator Rand Paul's questioning.
That's right. Under oath.
Under oath, exactly. So is it any wonder that he sought a preemptive pardon for anything during a certain period of time by President Biden before he left office?
Yeah,
of course not.
And something like that gives me hope that they are circling around this guy finally, and hopefully they're going to challenge that pardon he received. What do you mean? Don't get tropical depression Damon on me now.
This is why I talked about that pardon, and people thought I was nuts when I said he's going to pardon Fauci. People didn't say that. What?
Well, hopefully they end up challenging it because that's somebody who really needs to, be brought in front of the people and answer questions and have charges thrown at him and have things taken from him, just like he took from people.
Him more than almost anybody.
Yeah, exactly.
But not happening.
He's the weasel. So hopefully we'll see something come out of that. Again, it looks like they're targeting now Dr. Anthony Fauci about lying about it, and he knew about it. Who knows how they'll try and go after him, but let's hope they do.
All right, as always, we salute our military, active and active police, firefighters, first responders, EMTs, everybody on the front lines. Thanks, guys, on the show. Aaron, Fran, great job as always. We'll see you tomorrow night at the America First Warehouse. It's going to be another fun Friday night. We'll be back. We'll see you then. Oh, God. Live from Studio 6B. We'll see you then, everybody.